The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of DigiAll. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to DigiAll Tech News. Today is November 28th, 2025. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. Federal and state authorities clash over AI regulation as states introduce over 100 new laws this year. Banks negotiate a massive $38 billion loan to expand OpenAI's data center infrastructure. MIT study warns that AI could displace nearly 12% of US jobs, putting $1.2 trillion in wages at risk. Federal judge reveals ICE agents use ChatGPT to generate official use of force reports. OpenAI and Google executives share insights on how artificial intelligence is reshaping startup strategies. The race to regulate artificial intelligence has sparked an unprecedented federal versus state showdown in the United States. With no comprehensive federal consumer safety standard in place, 38 states have stepped in to fill the gap, introducing over 100 AI-related laws in 2025 alone. These measures focus on deepfakes, transparency requirements, disclosure mandates, and government AI use. California's SB 53 targets AI safety protocols, while Texas's Responsible AI Governance Act prohibits intentional AI misuse. However, a recent study found that 69% of these laws impose no requirements on AI developers themselves. Tech industry leaders and Silicon Valley figures now in the White House are calling this state-level patchwork innovation-stifling and harmful to competing with China. Efforts to preempt state laws include proposed provisions in the National Defense Authorization Act to block state AI regulations, with negotiations focusing on child safety and transparency measures. Meanwhile, critics including lawmakers and attorneys general argue that states serve as laboratories of democracy, essential for addressing emerging risks quickly, while federal progress remains sluggish. In infrastructure news, a group of major banks is in talks to provide a $38 billion loan to Oracle and data center builder Vantage to fund new facilities for OpenAI. According to a Financial Times report, this financing would support construction of additional sites to enhance OpenAI's AI infrastructure, addressing the growing computational demands of artificial intelligence development. The initiative is part of a larger $100 billion debt pile amassed by OpenAI's partners to fuel its ambitious expansion. Banks such as JP Morgan are potentially leading term loans totaling $23 billion and $15 billion within this deal. The negotiations underscored the significant financial backing required for AI's computational needs and highlight the sector's rapid growth and massive investment scale. A new study from MIT indicates that artificial intelligence is already capable of seriously disrupting the US job market. Existing AI systems could replace or impact 11.7% of the labor market, endangering up to $1.2 trillion in annual wages. Key sectors at risk include finance, healthcare, professional services, logistics, human resources, and office administration. While visible high-profile roles account for only 2.2% of the wage risk, about $201 billion, the bulk of the threat comes from routine tasks in these areas that AI can easily automate. To analyze these effects, researchers employed a platform from Oak Ridge National Laboratory that simulates a digital twin of the US labor market. This model breaks down jobs into over 32,000 skills across 923 occupations and more than 3,000 counties, allowing researchers to examine how AI alters human-machine task coordination and affects local communities. The findings highlight the urgent need for proactive measures like reskilling programs to address AI's transformative potential. In a troubling revelation about government AI use, federal judge Sarah Ellis issued a 223-page opinion criticizing the Department of Homeland Security for its handling of immigration raids in Chicago. The opinion revealed that at least one ICE agent used ChatGPT to generate an official use of force report. The agent provided a brief description of an encounter and several images, then submitted the AI's output as the official narrative, despite the tool likely filling in gaps with assumptions. Judge Ellis stated that to the extent agents use ChatGPT to create their use of force reports, this further undermines their credibility and may explain inaccuracies when compared with body camera footage. The Department of Homeland Security currently lacks a clear policy on using generative AI in official reports, though it has deployed its own chatbot called ChatDHS for daily activities. Experts describe this as a worst-case scenario for AI and law enforcement, given the technology's tendency to fabricate information. On a more strategic note, executives from OpenAI and Google shared insights at TechCrunch Disrupt about how AI is transforming go-to-market strategies for startups. Max Altschuler from GTM Fund highlighted that AI enables companies to achieve more with fewer resources, but emphasized that founders must balance this with deep domain knowledge and marketing fundamentals. Alison Wagenfeld, Vice President of Marketing at Google Cloud, stressed the enduring craft of marketing, combining AI curiosity and technical skills with core abilities like customer research and content creation. AI accelerates messaging deployment and fosters holistic metric analysis, she noted. Mark Manara, head of startups at OpenAI, illustrated AI's role in enhancing personalization and lead generation. Startups now use AI tools for precise prospect identification and sophisticated lead scoring, moving beyond basic queries to follow signals for differentiation. The consensus suggests that future strategies will prioritize adaptable, data-driven personalization, potentially easing resource constraints while requiring ongoing foundational learning. These developments paint a complex picture of AI's growing influence across regulation, infrastructure, employment, government operations, and business strategy. We'll continue monitoring these stories as they develop. Thank you for staying informed with Digital Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.